Hello, my dear guys. Here is Svetlana Ray, and I'm telling you about the next 4 criteria how to analyze your videos and how to analyze the videos of my students. For girls, I also monitor how do they respond in spins, whether they fix the frame like hardly here in the biceps, or when the guy leads them to copa, they just lose the arm and spin somehow, or whether they have the connection between the wrist and the opposite oblique, which allows them to keep the frame responsive, but at the same time stay very soft.
So guys, to show what I mean here, I will as well analyze my own video. It's a little bit difficult here because of the shirt, but I guess that it's not the position, because in position is very difficult to see with which muscles is it fixed, but it's just the character of the movement which you will see. So the idea is that the frame, I think I already mentioned it, I say it again, it's super important. Girls and boys, the frame is not in your arms, not in your shoulders, not in your chest, it's in your lats. Every time when he gives you an impulse, you have to have your shoulder blades in the pocket in order to allow your lats to control the moment when he's leading, goes into your body. So lats, these muscles, is the place where his leading goes through your arm to your hip, where it has to go, right? So the idea is that you don't tense the arm and you don't block the impulse, and you allow the impulse, whenever and however it goes, always go directly through your lat to your hip. That's the point. And this is actually the thing which I correct even when very advanced dancers, for example, performers, they send me the videos, they have the tendency to tense shoulders and chest and everything like hell, just because the speed is dramatic. But the point is that your back is way stronger than the shoulders and the chest, so it's more convenient just to freeze your back. Here, you will see, now he is going to spin me, and you will see how the impulse will go to the hip. And you will see that I don't block it. It goes through my back and it speeds up my hip. All right, again. Kum, kum, bam, bam, bam. So every time when he gives an impulse, you can see that the hip drives, because his impulse drives my hip. That's what's going on. You cannot see the tension in my chest. You will see the response in my hips, because I don't block his impulse with my shoulder. I allow his impulse to drive my hip. See, like the hip goes a little faster than the upper body. So this is what I observe. Another thing that I observe is right here, is the connection between the wrist and the opposite hip. Again, it goes through the lats and here to the opposite oblique. You can see I open my arm, but you can also see when he now gives me an impulse, I hold my arm here for a millisecond just to close the opposite hip. See? So when my arm goes back, I don't lose it. He feels the muscle tension, but this tension is very stretchy because it goes through the back, through entire body. I don't block it here with my shoulders. I cannot even say tension, is more resistance. He feels the resistance because he feels my weight. My weight is here. And when he pulls me, you can see that I close the hip, and this is how I turn. So whatever he does with me, now you will see too, He opened my arm. So he pulled me here. I transit his inertia to my hip. I opened. Now I hang here, and again, I don't hold the weight with my shoulder. I hold it with my lats and with the opposite oblique. And now when he pulls me back, you will see how that I will use this arm to close the left hip. See that there is always an instant connection between the arms, my lats, and my oblique muscles, just to connect my hips. And you will never see the blockage in my shoulder. That's why the movement looks like so flowy, because I just never block it. And also when he opens my arm, for example here, check this out. He opens it and I allow it. See, I don't block it. I allow it to reach the lats, because my lats are connected to my hip. And then I calmly just rotate the hip, because his impulse went through my back. That's the point. That's the main idea. That's why the following looks so smooth, and that's why I can absolutely relax because, see, again, he's turning me here, and I don't even block the arm because I know that it will pull my lats and my lats will connect to the hip. That's the point. Ora, unfortunately, again, there are not many moments when I can see the connection in spins. But even with what we have, I can tell you that, and guys, I hope that you will see that there is no connection that goes through the body. The connection goes through the head. And there is a blockage. You still block his leading with your shoulder. I don't know, guys, whether you will be able to see the block. You can see it when a girl like holds the frame like this. When it's like this, you know how teachers say like 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Forget about it. There's no 90 degrees. You don't have to fix it like this, because every time when you fix it like this, these muscles, they start blocking the impulse. And you can see that there is a blockage here. And also you can see by the character of the movement that Ola knows that there is a turn. And she turns consciously entire body responding on the impulse, which is actually not bad. It's like, of course, when you don't have this instant connection, it's the only chance. And I have to say that many girls dance like this. If you're very quick, if you have very good body and like it's in shape and you can spin hell fast, this thing will still work. But you have to be very fast, and you have to be very responsive so that he doesn't feel the weight. He feels only the block, like smooth block, like you hold and then you spin. But if you, I mean, I cannot say Ola whether here you're heavy or not. I just can say that you block his impulse and you turn by yourself. And also this moment tells me that you don't have the habit to direct the impulse that you take to your hips, because now you will take an impulse for inside turn after Copa, and you will see like there will be a moment when your upper body gets tensed just because you want to increase the speed. Now, see, like, and it gets tensed. Oh my God, guys, I hope that you saw it. Bam. Just because you try to take an impulse and you took it up to the upper body. But the idea is, as everywhere, if your booty turns, you will turn. If your feet slide, you will turn. But if your upper body gets hell much impulse, it's not guaranteed that you will turn. So try to see, like, shoulders up, a lot of tension here. Try to at least start thinking about the fact that this part, it's very good to see with your dress. This part is crucial when you dance. Your lats that hold the shoulder blades on the pockets, and the connection, this X-shaped connection to the opposite oblique. So if you want to spin faster, you just drive your booty faster. If you want to respond better, you just put the shoulder blades down and make sure that you respond here with the lats. With Alexandra's example, it's even more clear how important this connection between the back and the oblique is, just because you can see that Alexandra is really, as I already mentioned, yeah, she holds the arms very nicely, and she has this very good response, yeah. So every time when he gives her an impulse, she holds, yes, the shoulders, but she like fixes it nicely, like without roughness. But you can see that she has to execute the movement with like her own body by herself. I mean, you always do it like this, but what I mean is that because she blocks it here, you can see that she has to drive the booty by herself. And this is additional work, and also it can be the reason for the moments, for example, when girls make mistakes when they dance fast. It's just because, can you imagine when you have to operate with your brain, yeah? So you block the impulse, you have the information here, and then you have to give the command to your hip, okay, you have to turn, you have to open, you have to close, or you have to do something. When there are a lot of signals coming, of course, the chance that you make mistake is very high, because you have to process every command through your brain. Whereas when you have the instant connection between the back and the oblique, you don't have to even think about it, because your body tells you exactly what you have to do. For example, now you can see how Alexandra holds the frame. So he will now give her an impulse, and you can see that she will just respond nicely. She fixes the frame. Yes, she doesn't lose the arm. and she closes another arm, but you can see that there is a clear separation between the upper body and the hips. She just holds the upper body and hips just follow, because there is no connection in the muscles. Yeah, so Alexandra, I would just, you can choose both ways if you want. You can also just improve your spins like hell and make it very fast. Here, for example, you can see how she blocks it. Ba-bam. He just starts leading, and you will see that you already turn faster than the arm. He just thought, okay, now I'm gonna make a spin. Bam, see, and you're already gone. That means that you're blocking him now. And he doesn't feel right, but he feels the blockage. He feels that it's not that he's leading smoothly, goes to your hips. Yeah, it feels like, oh, you stopped him and then you try to turn by yourself. Alexandra, sorry for interrupting myself. You either develop the spin so that they are super fast and it's not a problem for you to respond immediately on every impulse when you block it here, or try to open your back more so that you don't receive the impulse with the shoulder, but you engage the shoulder blades. For example, here, he's going to give an impulse now for inside turn. You can see that again, you hold it here, and then you allow your arm to break. Yeah, there is a break. There is no connection between the wrist and the body. So you break the arm and then you just close it. Yeah, so he didn't feel the way of his impulse from your wrist to your hip. He felt that, okay, you open the arm and then he expects you to turn. So it's there is no instant connection. So I would recommend to train this connection and try to receive his impulses always through your lats, and then close the opposite hip because of his impulse. It's a very good way to train. I always give it on my spinning marathon, to train with a wall. So you start to push against the wall like this with your wrist, and then open up and then close the left hip and turn. And you will feel how you have to, for example, here is the wall, yeah, and have to close this hip to turn. And you'll feel whether you engage the shoulders or the opposite oblique. So now it only costs you just to open the chest, put the shoulder blades back in the pockets, and just try to think of taking his impulse for lats, and then later to connect the lats with the oblique. And you will feel that you will start reacting like a Ferrari, super, super fast.